Hey guys, it's Saria. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a collaboration video with the SisketEars. They organized this awesome idea where we show how we made our ears for this month's swap of Year of the Year. So if you guys missed it, I was a part in a swap collaboration where we exchanged ears themed to the Festival of the Arts, which is held at Epcot every single year around this time. I sent my ears over to Mary over at the SisketEars, so if you guys want to see that video of her unboxing, I will link it down below as well as the video of me unboxing mine. But in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made the set of ears that I sent to Mary, so if you guys are looking for that tutorial, then just keep watching.
So starting off with materials, I picked up this fabric from Joanns because it reminded me of the geometric pattern on Spaceship Earth at Epcot, which is where the Festival of the Arts is held. And I loved it because it looked like watercolor. So you're going to need only about 6 inches of this. I just took the rest because I finished the bolt off. And then you're also going to need a disappearing ink pen. At least this is my preference. You could just use like a marker, but I like this because the ink evaporates and then it's like you never traced it. You're going to need to print out the ear cutting line template from my description box below. And you're going to want to trace 4 of those and cut them out. I like to use this really cool rotary blade to do that, but obviously scissors will work just fine. And then you're going to need 4 of these. So you need 2 per ear on the headband. And then for bows, I have 2 options here. I have a rainbow sequin fabric, and then I also have this vinyl fabric sheet that is like kind of holographic looking. But we will get back to that in a second because the next step is to cut out felt. So I'm going to try some Dollar Tree felt. After doing this, I would not recommend this felt. It's so paper thin, it's just not really going to give you the effect that you're wanting. So I went ahead and traced 4 of these, again using the ear cutting line template, which is the largest template, same one that I used on the fabric, and then I will cut these out as well. But just so you guys know, this roll of felt, you get a little bit more, and it was $1 at the time. It's $1.25 now. But if you go to like Walmart, I think it's like 22 cents, and I would just get the other felt because it's nice and thick. The next thing that you need to cut out for your ears is a cardboard insert, and you're going to need 4 of these as well. So using the foam and batting template, which is the smallest template that I have linked below for you guys, go ahead and trace 4 of these and then cut those out as well. I like to use an X-Acto knife on my little cutting board here. You can pick these boards up at Dollar Tree actually. They also sell them obviously at craft stores. At this point, you should have 4 cardboard pieces, 4 felt pieces, and 4 pieces of the fabric of your choice, and then you're going to start assembling it. So you're going to hot glue the felt onto the cardboard first, just by doing thin lines of hot glue and folding over your felt onto your cardboard. I like to work in about 3 sections, so I do the top, then I do one side, and then I do the other side. This little finger cover I'm wearing is from Dollar Tree. They sell it in a 3-pack, and it's a little silicone finger cover. And it just like stops your finger from getting burned on the hot glue. The next step is going to be to attach the fabric, which is the same method I use as I do on the felt. And I'm just going to do small amounts of hot glue, fold over my fabric, and tap it down onto that hot glue. I do not stuff my ears really anymore. I like more of the flat look, and I like this hack of using felt instead of fabric to stuff them, because you don't have to worry about like the polyfill coming through the fabric or having to double layer it. And I personally like the look of the more flat ears as opposed to the super puffy ears. After that, to close up the bottom, I like to snip in the middle of the excess fabric, lay down some hot glue, and fold up 1/2 of the bottom piece at a time and tap it down into the hot glue. Once you have all 4 of them assembled on their own, you're going to combine them. So just apply a pretty generous amount of hot glue at the center of the ear, and then you're going to take another 1/2 of an ear and firmly press it down until that hot glue is totally set and dry. You don't want to put too much hot glue getting toward the edge or the rim of the ear because you don't want it to all ooze out and look kind of gross. And then also just kind of sit there pushing down on it with your hand for a while so that the glue has time to set, and you'll have a nice firm hold between those 2 pieces. For the trim on these ears, I decided to go with this red pom-pom trim. I just like how it really brought out the colors of the fabric. And I'm just going to apply a thin line of hot glue down the rim of the ear and then tap my trim down onto the hot glue. And I'll just work a little bit at a time until that glue fully sets. So I did decide to go with the holographic vinyl sheet for my bow because it reminded me more of the color and like shininess of Spaceship Earth or the Epcot ball. And I cut a square or a rectangle that's 4 inches by 5 inches. And then all you have to do is kind of pinch it in the center and it gives you this really beautiful bow shape that's like accordion folded. You also need to cut off a thin strip so that you can wrap it around the center of the bow. So if you guys can see here, I'm just pinching my bow to create that shape, and then I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue in between and pinch it to let that glue dry. I also have these great clips from Dollar Tree that I love using to make bows because I can like clip the bow and like let it sit off to the side so that I don't have to sit and hold it. Next I'm going to add that centerpiece. So I added a dot of hot glue on the bottom, and I'm just going to wrap that strip of vinyl around it, and then add a little dot of hot glue and tap the edge down. And next I normally do take those little pink clips and just clip the center of the bow, set it off to the side to let that glue fully dry. Next, we're going to actually assemble these ears. So I have a template down below for you guys that is a spacing template, and it just helps you get a really nice space between your two ears and make sure that they're symmetrical on your headband. If you don't have a printer or can't access this, you can always just measure. It's usually between 2 to 2.5 inches, the gap in between. But once you have a good placement, then you're just going to apply some hot glue to the bottom of the ear and firmly press it down onto the headband. I would suggest holding this very tightly on your headband for at least 30 seconds, just allowing it plenty of time for that glue to fully bond between the ear and the headband. You do have to be a little bit careful when your ears are thinner because you don't want the glue to ooze out everywhere and make a big mess. A hack for that, if it does, is you could always add trim around the bottom of the ear. It does reinforce the attachment of the ear to the headband, as well as cover up any gluey mess that might have happened. Once you have all of the ears glued down, then all you have to do is glue on your bow, and that's just going to be a little bit of glue on the bottom of the bow. On these particular bows, I do a little bit on the bottom center as well as the sides of the bow. It just gives it a little bit better of an attachment down onto the headband, and then there are those pink clips again just to allow that glue to fully set. And once your glue is all set, then your ears are totally done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I was so happy with how these came out. They scream Festival of the Arts to me, and they also have a little bit of a nod to Epcot, which I personally really, really love. Don't forget to go check out all of the other channels that participated in this collab to see some really beautiful ears being created in honor of the Festival of the Arts. Thank you to Mary and Tony for hosting this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.